The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Andrew Rogers here with head baseball coach Tom Griffin as the 2024 schedule gets released. Coach, certainly an exciting fall for you guys. Wrapped things up. And as we do this interview, about 2 months from the season, hard to believe already. How did you like how your team finished the fall with the World Series as usual, getting ready for the spring?
Well, it's good to see you. And yeah, with the winter meetings in Nashville, with MLB, baseball's right around the corner, despite what the basketball coaches think. A good fall. With the new guys, you're trying to get your chemistry and guys to know each other as best they can on and off the field, obviously. We dealt with some injuries. We had a couple guys that were banged up this fall that are veteran-type guys. But it gave some other guys some opportunities for sure, some of our younger guys. I got to scrimmage someone, Cleveland State. You get to see yourself a little bit there. You try to make sure you get all the culture on and off the field, the expectations. You're trying to make sure the fundamentals and the way we're going to do things day to day, that they understand that. And most importantly, the mentality, the energy and the passion we want to play with, the communication that we want to play with, all the pillars that every team has. That was certainly what we wanted to get in this fall.
This isn't your typical schedule release. Here's a list of the games. Here's your conference opponents. You've got 18 of the first 20 games at home in the whole entire month of February. You don't leave the state of Tennessee. How important will it be to take advantage of all these home games and not a lot of travel?
Oh, you got to win more games at home than you do on the road. And so to have that many in something that, the home that we're comfortable with, that's a huge advantage. There's no question. It just happened to work out that way. Now, granted, playing at home, there's still the part of the game we got to play, and we have some very good teams that are coming in here. King, who we play every year, great group with Blaine Brown, and Shippensburg coming down, who are in a regional. Newberry, we got the conference games going on. Cedarville coming down, who we've played before. So some familiarity. Know they're very well coached, and that's one of the things when you're scheduling is you want good competition, you want good people. And the guys that we are playing coaches-wise, they're good people. You know what you're going to get from their club. They're going to compete, but you're not going to have to put up with a lot of the garbage in the dugout or the bullpen where the guys are bored and they got to have something to say. And just trying to create that atmosphere.
Specifically asking about some of the non-conference opponents. You mentioned Shippensburg, first time you'll ever play them. Cedarville, first time I think since 2015.
Yep.
Montevallo was an NCAA tournament team last year. I think they're later on in the year.
They are.
But what's the thought process in adding a couple of teams you haven't faced before, but also some high-quality teams based off last year?
Well, I think when you're scheduling, you throw it out there on the ABCA, looking for a game, word of mouth, and you're trying to fill some stuff. And, when you can add some new people, I think it's good for us. It just worked out that we were looking for some games midweek. They were looking for some games, and, you know people, and that's how that kind of works out.
Getting into the conference slate, pretty good season for you guys last year. Fourth, I think, best in maybe 4 or 5 years, best finish in the league from last year. And when you look at this year's schedule, you've got a lot of quality opponents, at least from the standings last year. We got Newberry coming to home, though, that won the conference. Wingate, you make a trip there. What is it about this league that's always challenging and really gives you a good test each weekend?
I think it's the coaching. I think it's the coaches, the staffs, their assistants, the job they're doing, and that each week is very competitive. I think that you've got some of your teams that have been at the top, and I think you've seen some of the teams that maybe have been in the middle of the pack lower. But every week it's competitive, and that's a credit to the coaches and their staff, the way they're recruiting, the way they're helping their kids become better players, the development of players. That's a testament to our league and what our league has done in postseason play. With the regional, I think says a lot. Because I think you're prepared as a team, not only what you do, but the people you play help prepare you. And I think our teams have done well because each weekend they're being challenged, and that's good for the league.
We've talked about the home games. With only 20 road games scheduled this year, I think 2 before you actually get into your conference road series. Will that be challenging for the guys to be able to take what they've maybe done at home in the first month of the year to be able to have success when it matters and take it on the road?
Yeah, I think, when you go on the road, there is a mentality you have to deal with. You're driving on a bus and you get to the hotel or the midweek games. I mean, there is a challenge to it. Yeah. But once you get on the field, you're hoping that the things we've done in training in the fall and what we're going to do in the spring will have us prepared when we get off the bus of how we're going to go about our job. And having less of those games on the road, the school likes it because budgetarily we're not spending so much for hotels, which have gone up so much with buses and food. We're lucky that we have this many home games right now, although we do have to help some teams come here to play. But no, it's I like the schedule. It's going to be challenging with a lot of good people that I respect, and that's what we're hoping now. When these guys went home, they go home for 5 weeks. Everybody's fear in coaching is what are they going to do while they're home, and when they come back, we have 21 days before we open up. We can't get them ready in 21 days. They've got 5 weeks to stay ready. The 21 is kind of just prep it up. And once the season starts, yes, there are some adjustments, but it's got to be go time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to wrap us up with here. I know when we had spoke, I think toward the end of October, you wanted to see some of the habits change things, whether that be baseball-oriented, eating-oriented, lifestyle-oriented. Have you seen progress as the guys leave campus for the Christmas break, and are you optimistic that they'll come back in the right frame of mind and ready to roll when it comes time to get ready for the year?
What a great memory. You remembered something I said in October. Michael Waltrain couldn't remember nothing I said, but that was awesome that you remembered some of that. Yeah, I think they were better. Now, we've got small groups holding each other accountable. So we've got our leaders that have a group of guys that they've got to stay in touch with, communicate with, via Zoom, text, whatever, to make sure, are you doing the things you need to be doing on and off the field on a daily basis to form the right habits that will carry over when you get here? Or are you going home and sleeping in till 10, 11, 12, get on the game fortnight, hang on that for a little while? You might go do something or you might not. If that's the case, it'll show in February. And with all these home games in February, there's no reason we can't get on a good start. Right? And get the wheel rolling, get it going pretty good, feel good about ourselves, because that's what winning will do, if we can come out the right way, and that's going to depend on our leaders holding the other players accountable throughout the holidays.
Enjoy your Christmas break, Coach. Merry Christmas.
Appreciate all you do. Thank you, brother. Merry Christmas.
That's head coach Tom Griffin. I'm Andrew Rogers here for the Eagles Sports Network.